my life and where it was going, and I was skint as well. And a friend of mine gave me a part-time job, and I got about 600 quid for it, and I was still living at my mum and dad's, and I was like, right, what can I do to like shake things up a bit? So I went to India. I'd not been on holiday in like fucking 5 or 6 years, which like 600 quid in India is like kind of like will buy you a bit of time. So I was there for about 3 or 4 weeks, and just had that mad Boxing Day tsunami, if you remember it. I can't remember the year, but it was like 2005 or something like that, and it kind of like caused untold damage. And it was something that somebody said to me, who probably should get some royalties for it, but he pretty much said that, yeah. And I probably like reinterpreted it. He was saying it's kind of like it's a bit of a socialist kind of call to arms, really, about kind of, you know, extending your kind of field of vision beyond yourself and kind of looking outward and kind of appreciating the, you know, the struggle of, you know, every other person around you. You know, whatever you're going through, it's probably, you know, not dissimilar to, you know, the burdens that everybody else carries. So it's kind of, it was kind of about that kind of togetherness. Sorry, smart to myself, David Cameron's Big Society is coming into my head. It's not that. It's not that.
Let's move on, because
yeah, go on, move on,
I'm just fascinated by the fact that you've co-written with Liam Gallagher. And so, what happens on the first day that you meet Liam with the intention of writing?
So the first thing he does is like checks what shoes you've got on.
Brilliant.
Fucking top shoes though. Yeah. Is that right? Nice one.
Did you have desert boots on?
Something like this would go down a storm, wouldn't it?
Right.
Can't remember what they
so
were.
You passed
anyway,
the shoe test.
I passed the shoe test. Yeah. He said, so they'd started writing. This is on the first album, and he said I could do with an apology song. And I said, who are you apologising to? He said, fucking everybody. And then he thought about it, and he went, actually, not too sorry though. He was like, can you call it Sorry You Come? And I was like, and that was pretty much it. And then I went away with, seriously, that conversation.
So he wanted a whole song?
He wanted a whole song.
What was he going to input into the songwriting?
So other songs we've written.
But you took For What It's Worth.
Yeah, For What It's Worth.
So,
yeah.
So that's entirely you. And
yeah. So I wrote that.
So that's not a co-write.
No.
Except that he gives you a theme.
He gives me themes. Yeah.
Right.
But with other songs.
And was that a test then, in terms of how the relationship would work?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So now it's a bit more kind of like fluid, and he'll send me ideas and stuff, and I'll try and add the chorus on.
And just to backtrack,
yeah.
Why were you put in front of Liam?
Because, namely, his wife-to-be, Debbie, was a big Cherry Ghost fan, and, you know, was like really into mathematics and all the rest of it. So I was on her list, and I think she was, you know, she is definitely responsible for kind of like,
and you played some tunes to Liam.
Yes. And she said, this guy's good, kind of, you should try and write with him. And I think, obviously, I've come from a similar background, similar age, so I think there was the idea that I would
probably... you love.
Yeah, so I would be able to kind of, you know, get in on the lyric and understand his perspective a bit more.
Okay, so what was the first song where you had a collaborative...
So that one was like kind of, you know, I'd take it in, and it was like, obviously it was an apology song, and I had to make sure that the tone was set right, so it wasn't too kind of like humble. And then on the last album, it was a bit more toing and froing. So there's a song called Why Me, Why Not, which is the title of the album as well, where he would send me like a voice note of him playing the part on the guitar and singing.
What part?
Like, so the guitar part.
Right.
So it was the down, it's like a descending guitar part, and he was singing the Why Me, Why Not thing. He's really good at titles, by the way. He's really good at, like, lyrically, he's quite imaginative.
It's a John Lennon Yoko Ono thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
The title. Yeah. But let's not get into that. But anyway, so he sent you that on a...
Sent me that on the phone, and then he said, I need a chorus, and I wrote the chorus, and that was entirely like 50-50.
And does the whole relationship... Did that not necessitate you two meeting them?
Oh yeah, We did eventually, yeah. But I mean, at the time, it was just me kind of like figuring stuff out before I kind of went back to him. And then it's quite, you know, he's quite communicative. He's lovely, by the way. He's really like he's a very easy going, generous and quite humble person to work with. He's an absolute dream to work with. He's really hardworking, very sweet, thoughtful. He's like all the things you told he's not. He actually is very minor. So for a start, it's just good fun. But aside from that, it's, you know, he knows what he wants, and he knows what he likes, and he knows what he doesn't like, which is the dream if you're co-writing. Because with new artists, they're not quite sure, oh, am I that, or am I this, or is that a bit too, and there's a lot of indecision, where he's like, he'll listen and go, yeah, thought that off though. What's that, saxophone? Okay, no, it's like very kind of like, yeah, no, and then it's like, that's it.
And do you
decisive,
find that
which is good.
your writing alters because you've got him in your mind, or do you not have Liam in your mind?
No, I have him completely in mind.
Right.
You know, I have to literally sing it like him. It's when I'm singing the demo, honestly.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, you have to, because there's a certain way of delivering the note, so I have to sing it with his voice in mind. Yeah.
And does that then change what you do melodically?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Because there's no kind of like fancy stuff going on. There's no kind of like pulling wheel. You know, there's no pulling any vocal wheelers. It's like, you know, it's got to be. It's a really good challenge because the melody has to be clear and concise, and you know, it's got to. You can't get lost in kind of, you know, wheelies and vocal runs and all that. It's got to be kind of like, it's got to be bang on the nose. So I have to, that's a big part of it, really.
And are you conscious of what was successful for his voice from the basis of Noel's songs?
Yeah, I mean, you can't not be, can you? I mean, it's kind of, you know, and then I kind of went back through all like loads of Beatles stuff and whatever. I mean, you know.
With a view to picking up ideas or to move away from it?
Well, no, to try and get ideas that haven't been kind of like tried out and stuff.
Oh, right, okay.
So, but he's quite open to stuff. I've sent him some crazy stuff, and I think, oh, he'll fucking hate this. And it's like he's well into like all sorts of weird
and has there been a situation where you're like we are now, and you're literally right opposite one another, where he'll be humming ideas or lyric? Yeah, and he'll always kind of say, oh, there was a line in Why Me Why Not where he's like, I'm tight-lipped, I'm Jedi or something, I'm Jedi, and I took it out and I changed it. It was like, he pulled me to one side. It was like, Jedi, I like that line, Jedi. Yeah.
It's like, I like myself, and he like thinking of himself as like a Jedi. So I was like, oh, it's all right. I was like, put it back in then, it's fine. I was like, right, cool. I could tell it was like bugging him that I'd taken Jedi.